Hey guys, I got a really important message to share if you care about the future of Warcraft 3. This message is for the community, but more than that, it is in the hope that someone at Blizzard of the Classic or Reforged balance team, design team, skeleton team, whatever it is, sees and hears this video, and I would like to give some direction on what we hope to get out of a Warcraft 3 patch if you guys start looking at Reforged again. Also a few things to avoid, which is really important. Let's start things with a clip that we recently saw of the, let's say the CEO of Blizzard right now. He was asked on stream, what is happening with Reforged? And this is what he answered.
Like a massive waste of time. Hey, quick, can we expect any Warcraft 3 Reforged content updates? Is this something Blizzard is still looking to rectify? We are working on Warcraft 3 Reforged, and I'll ping the team on sort of what kind of comms plan that's being done in that space.
A very inspiring and encouraging message from Mike Ybarra, and this was a couple of months ago. Now, of course, you wouldn't be upset, you wouldn't be surprised if the Warcraft 3 player community base was a little skeptical about what Blizzard is saying about the game. After all, they took a 2002 classic and remastered it with perhaps the best of intents initially, but of course it takes only a quick Google search to find out what happened. The catastrophe of the remake is one of the worst remakes ever, and definitely Blizzard's worst product they ever put out. And they put out Overwatch 2 soon. So that is pretty impressive. So they're going to be looking at a patch, supposedly. Now, skepticism aside and wondering whether it's going to happen at all, I myself have a little bet running to see whether George R.R. Martin's new novel in the Song of Ice and Fire novel story is coming out first, or whether Blizzard is first bringing out a Reforged patch, or for that matter, a news post. And I don't know who's gonna win, but I think George Martin might win it. But there are a couple of really important things, because first of all, the multiplayer community right now for Warcraft 3, competitively, they're pretty pleased. And and that is entirely because of the W3 Champions community team that have created a ladder where there was no ladder. The W3 Champions team has done some amazing work and have really reinvigorated and kept alive the competitive Warcraft 3 player base. Tournaments are still possible, practice is still possible. We even have a bit of a resurgence in 4-on-4 gameplay, not just the one-on-one gameplay. And it's been a lot of fun. But all of this could end if Blizzard does a few things badly and wrongly. After all, things that work now can be broken, either by side effect or by design. It's always possible that Blizzard comes in and cleans up this illegal third-party piggyback service that is creating a game out of their game where there would have been nothing. Or by ignorance and side effect, accidentally, they may be breaking something that was previously working. So I have a pertinent list of directives and questions from various people in the community. What to do, what not to do. Let's begin. First, I have a few questions. I think if you're looking to do a patch, we the community are here. You may not deserve us, but you have us anyway. Me and many others, we know a lot of things about Warcraft 3, how it can still be improved even now, how it can be monetized even now if that's something you are interested in, how balance could be changed or should be changed even now, and which things are working properly and which things are not working properly. Some of the broken promises of the Reforged release are more important than others, and we can help offer guidance which one are more important and which one are less important. There are a few questions. Will the Observer API continue working? Will local file support continue? Will the game get a reporting system? The current system is sending reports to the void. You can do reports, nobody's reading it. The W3 Champions team is managing their multiplayer servers. but the BattleNet reporting doesn't do anything and nobody's reading it. Will there be an automated or a manually operated reporting system is a question. Because in BattleNet, there's no punishment for just joining a 4-on-4 and then leaving immediately. Because we still have thousands or even tens of thousands of players playing either on BattleNet or W3 Champions, it would be both monetizable by the numbers, like this has been proven if you make a skin monetization system, and there's also a need for a reporting system that works. This has also been proven in multiplayer systems. What about the legacy account data? It's still out there somewhere, I must imagine, somewhere on the Blizzard servers. We once linked our 2002 game accounts that we painstakingly kept alive. We once linked that to the Reforged account that we made for the 2020 Reforged re-release of the game. We had accounts with thousands of games and stats and win rates and profile and even medals for tournaments and whatnot. We linked those to our current accounts and we got the message, link complete. But it didn't do anything until this day. Is that data still out there somewhere, and can we still get it? What's going to be happening to custom maps that rely on Reforged models? The Reforged model palette, the graphics, may be not to everyone's liking, and there are some serious performance issues when it comes to hitbox, FPS, and whatnot. But the map editor scene is fairly happy with the amount of extra models that they had received for the game. And so even if you are giving let's say another remake to the graphics that is more in line with the successful and well accepted ones, like Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition and StarCraft 2, a StarCraft 1 Brood War remake, those have good graphic remakes. It'd be great if Warcraft got one of those as well. But, in my opinion, it should be in the form of a third toggle. Original graphics, original HD, Definitive Edition, what have you, and then the Reforged graphics. Because taking away the Reforged models entirely and replacing them with something else would make the custom scene not very happy. Who in the community will you be talking to in order to get information? We saw that recently for StarCraft 2. There was a community balance patch where many members of the community got together and gave valuable bipartisan, tripartisan feedback about balance and so on. And that's something that we could do as well in the Warcraft 3 scene. Warcraft 3 scene is comprised of very reasonable, non-salty, non-biased players, and together I'm sure that we could create a patch that people would be happy with. There's a lot of valuable feedback. Call me. Then then there are some things that are critical to all tools continuing to work, like W3 Champions. Is the standard definition art going to be restored as it was pre-reforged? Standard definition art texture quality was actually reduced. So the game that we're playing with now, which looks like classic, is actually less good looking than the one that we used to have, probably because of a porting issue to a new client. Is the Reforged art ever going to be finished? Some of the models have some potential, but the implementation right now is not very good. You can see this very easily when you look at portraits that have a very strange gleam to the silhouette. There's white or black inside mouths of models that should not look like that. The lighting, it's not a cohesive, well-produced thing. Is that going to be improved instead to the point where Reforged will actually be a valid rival to the classic graphics? Many models are also missing animations and are locked to 30 FPS. Some of the running animations look unnatural for the speed that units are moving with. Silhouetting is worse for many units so that it's hard to tell certain units apart, something which in the 2002 version was not a problem because it was a high quality art production. Can we get the option to not download HD art if we are not interested in HD art? We are downloading a very large game of many dozens of gigabytes. Was it 90? Even when we are not interested in those art assets at all. Is there an option to toggle that in the launcher where we say that we don't want this? Can you guys improve the messaging around the game and around the accessibility of the game? It would really help me if I don't need to answer the question a million times which version of the game you are playing. Just put a message out there and saying that you guys binned the classic client, denied it internet access, that everyone's playing on the Reforged client, but that you have a toggle that allows you to use classic graphics. That messaging can be a lot better, and then eventually we can try to repair the reputation of the game a bit as well when some good improvements come around. More messaging, more info, please. Are you guys going to continue supporting offline play? LAN. This, of course, was part of the 2002 game. When are custom campaigns going to be coming back? This is important to a lot of people. I get that question a lot. Are we going to be getting global custom game lobbies back? Right now, there's a very invisible wall between different custom game lobbies. You are not being told that custom game lobbies are not global when you are a user of the game. Ladder on Battle.net, if I can call it ladder because there's no ladder, matchmaking is global, but custom games are not. And this distinction is not clear. And will we get global custom games back? Are you going to commit to using the PTR to test patches? So far, recent patches have continued to break the game in unexpected and unpredictable ways. So would a PTR be good? Then people can test some things. What happened to the 1.33 patch that the team was working on, the old classic team? We saw some previews of it. I saw some previews of UI present for stat screens for ranked. I saw UI when I visited the office of win rates per race, per map, profiles. Are we going to get that at some point as part of 1.33 patch? Will you allow us to keep using W3 Champions as a ladder server? I can assure you that you can never make something that will be as satisfactory as W3 Champions at this phase in the game's life. So it is very important for the game. And even if you add ladder, don't take away W3 Champs. Then, are you going to be releasing the campaign balance patch that is in patch 1.33 is the question. And why don't we have anyone to talk to for War 3 and we only get our messaging via Mike Ybarra's personal stream, where honestly, like, he should be bothered because now he is responsible for the game, but it also feels bad to bother him on his personal stream. Can you hire a community manager for the game so that we can start having communication flow between the community and whoever is working on Reforged? Then finally, it would be nice to bring out iterations of improvements slowly by little when they are ready, rather than doing like one big patch drop where there's a lot of changes. And again, it would be nice to test some of these changes so that things don't break that were previously working. It's pretty fragile status quo right now, and we wouldn't want it to be any worse. Yeah, those are some questions. And then finally, when it comes to the art in a bit more of a specific angle, I'm going to show you an image of a Reforged asset and a mobile game asset, which you guys like pretty much right now. Left side is a mobile game and right side is Reforged. It is pretty easy to see that this is a necromancer because he has a good contrast that is very different from the background. And yeah, it's simple models, but it serves the purpose. I know exactly what everything is. This is a big gargoyle, that's a necromancer. This thing, it's pretty hard to tell what it is. I don't know if it's a plant, palm frond kind of gift for a birthday, or if it is Kerrigan. It kind of looks like Kerrigan with some kind of... But this isn't part of the unit, is it? This is something on the ground. But it kind of looks like Kerrigan at a glance of a silhouette. So really need good silhouetting and good art back in order to be able to have this be a competitive art asset. Well, that's kind of what I have right now. Again, contact us if you want more information about the game. I'm very hopeful that W3 Champions can continue to do a good multiplayer game experience for those that go through the hoops of installing the game. But we all deserve so much more than we have gotten from you recently, and it would be great if you took some steps towards repairing this wonderful game. Thank you.